I wanted to talk about VA loans being assumable. We talked about FHA loans. VA is a little different because there's a couple different types of buyers, right? There's veteran buyers and there's non-veteran buyers. So if a veteran sells their home with the VA home loan, a new buyer can assume the loan. And like we talked about in the past, if you're a seller and you have a mortgage, a home, and you have a low interest rate mortgage, you have two assets. The house is an asset and that low rate mortgage is an asset. Now, the buyer has to come up with the equity difference, right? The equity, the balance or the amount between the balance owed and the purchase price. Now, with the VA home loan, let's say the buyer doesn't have all the money. Now, it is possible to get a second mortgage. However, and this is a big however, the second mortgage has to be assumable too, which is highly unlikely unless the seller carries a second mortgage. Let's say the buyer has half the equity and the seller carries the other balance, and they can make interest on their money or their equity, if you will. And so that's that. So now let's talk about a veteran versus a non-veteran assuming the loan. If a non-veteran assumes a veteran's loan, the veteran's eligibility, that amount of eligibility is still tied up. So the veteran they can't use that amount. Now, they may qualify for another home if they have enough eligibility and have enough income, but that eligibility is tied up. Now, if a veteran assumes the loan, the eligibility can transfer from the selling veteran to the buying veteran, and the selling veteran's eligibility is now freed up. Now, it's important to know that, and it's important to make sure that they do, because a veteran can assume the loan and not assume the eligibility, thereby freeing up their personal eligibility and the other guy's eligibility still tied up. So there's a lot of little nuances with that. So if you have any questions, just call me. More than happy to help you any way I can. Thanks. Make it an awesome day.